Most people spend their lives trying to become better. Better habits, better careers, better versions of themselves. But Carl Jung believed that the real goal of life isn't becoming better, it's becoming whole. And according to Jung, most of our suffering comes from living only half of who we are. Let's talk about what that means and how to change it. From a young age, we learn which parts of ourselves are acceptable. Be polite, be productive, be agreeable, be slow and slowly. We hide everything that doesn't fit. Anger, fear, jealousy, creativity, vulnerability. Jung called this hidden part of ourselves the shadow. And here's the key insight. What you deny in yourself doesn't disappear. It goes unconscious and starts controlling you from the shadows. The shadow isn't just negative traits. It also contains suppressed talents, unrealized desires, emotional depth, instincts you were told to ignore. If you avoid your anger, it leaks out as passive aggression. If you avoid your fear, it becomes anxiety. If you avoid your vulnerability, it turns into emotional numbness. Jung believed that wholeness begins the moment you stop running from these parts. Jung called the process of becoming whole individuation. Individuation doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means becoming integrated. Instead of identifying only with the mask, you show the world what Jung called the persona. You begin to acknowledge everything you are. Light and dark. Strength and weakness. Logic and emotion. Wholeness is not purity. Wholeness is honesty. When parts of yourself are unconscious, they act out without your awareness. You sabotage relationships. You repeat patterns you don't understand. You project your flaws onto others. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Becoming whole means taking responsibility for what lives inside you instead of blaming the world. Jung didn't offer quick fixes. He offered a lifelong practice. Here are a few starting points. First, notice your emotional reactions. Strong reactions often point to shadow material. What irritates you in others may be something you've rejected in yourself. Second, allow contradictions. You can be confident and insecure, kind and angry, rational and emotional. Wholeness requires holding opposites without needing to resolve them immediately. Third, develop self-reflection through journaling, therapy, dreams, or creative expression. Jung believed dreams were direct messages from the unconscious symbols, asking to be understood. The goal is not to destroy the shadow. The goal is to integrate it. Anger becomes assertiveness. Fear becomes caution and wisdom. Pain becomes depth and compassion. What once sabotaged you becomes a source of strength once it's brought into awareness. That is wholeness. Jung was clear about one thing. Individuation is not comfortable. You will confront things you don't like about yourself. You will outgrow old identities. You may feel lost before you feel integrated. But the alternative is worse. Living a life dictated by parts of yourself you refuse to see. To become whole is not to fix yourself. It's to stop treating parts of yourself as enemies. Wholeness means accepting complexity, integrating contradictions, and living with self-awareness rather than self-deception. As Jung believed, the goal of life is not perfection, it is becoming who you truly are. And that journey begins the moment you turn inward and stop running.